Title: The Haunting of Columbia Beach. Part 1: The Allure of Columbia Beach. The sun hung low in the sky as Sarah and her friends, Mark, Lisa, and Tom, stepped onto the golden sands of Columbia Beach. It was the vacation they had all been eagerly anticipating, a week of sun, surf, and relaxation in the beautiful coastal town of Columbia, known for its pristine beaches and vibrant nightlife. Little did they know that this vacation would become a chilling nightmare. Their beachfront villa was a picture of paradise. Palms swayed in the breeze, and the turquoise waters of the Caribbean stretched out as far as the eye could see. It seemed like the perfect getaway from their hectic lives, a place to forget their worries and soak in the sun. But paradise can often hide its darkest secrets. Part 2: The Unusual Noises. On their second night, as they sat on the villa's terrace, sipping cocktails and watching the stars, a strange noise drifted from the beach below. It was a soft, melodic tune, like a haunting melody played on a flute. They dismissed it as a local musician entertaining tourists, but the music persisted, growing louder and more eerie as the night went on. The following morning, they asked the villa's caretaker about the music, but he shook his head and said, "No one plays music on this beach at night. It's not allowed." Sarah and her friends exchanged uneasy glances, but they brushed it off as a misunderstanding. Part 3: The Mysterious Woman. A few days later, while exploring a nearby village, they stumbled upon a dilapidated old house hidden among the trees. Curiosity got the better of them, and they decided to explore it. Inside, they found old, dusty furniture and faded photographs. But what sent shivers down their spines was a portrait of a striking woman with piercing green eyes, draped in a white dress. Her name, Maria, was written on the frame. As they left the house, they couldn't help but notice the uncanny resemblance between Maria in the portrait and the woman they had seen walking on the beach at night. They decided to ask the locals about Maria, but everyone they spoke to clammed up and refused to discuss her. Part 4: The Haunting Dreams. As the week went on, the strange occurrences escalated. Sarah and her friends began to have vivid, unsettling dreams. They dreamed of the mysterious Maria, beckoning them towards the sea with a mournful, haunting melody. In their dreams, they followed her, unable to resist her pull, until they were submerged in the dark waters. Each morning, they woke up drenched in sweat, their hearts racing. They couldn't explain the dreams or shake the feeling that something was terribly wrong. They decided to cut their vacation short and head back home, hoping that leaving Columbia Beach would put an end to their nightmares. Part 5: The Nightmare Continues. On their final night in the villa, they heard the eerie flute music again. This time, it was louder and more haunting than ever before. It echoed through the villa, sending shivers down their spines. They rushed out to the terrace, determined to confront the source of the music. On the moonlit beach below, they saw Maria, the woman from the portrait, standing by the water's edge. Her eyes glowed an unnatural shade of green, and she continued to play the haunting tune on her flute. Sarah and her friends were drawn to her, as if in a trance, just like in their dreams. As they got closer, they noticed something chilling. Maria's dress was tattered and soaked, and her skin was as pale as the moonlight. She was a ghost, a restless spirit, and she had been calling to them from the depths of the sea. Part 6: The Dark Secret of Columbia Beach. In a desperate attempt to break free from the spell, they screamed at Maria to stop, but she only played her flute louder, the melody growing more ominous with each note. It was then that they realized the horrifying truth. Maria had drowned in the waters of Columbia Beach years ago, and her spirit was trapped in a never-ending loop of longing and sorrow. She had been trying to lure them into the sea, to join her in her watery grave, so that they could never leave Columbia Beach. With every ounce of willpower they could muster, they turned away from Maria and ran back to the villa. The haunting music still echoed in their ears, but it grew fainter as they distanced themselves from the beach. They packed their bags and left the villa, leaving behind the cursed paradise of Columbia Beach. Part 7: The Lingering Fear. They never spoke of their harrowing experience to anyone, fearing that no one would believe their tale. But the haunting melody and the image of Maria's pale, ghostly figure haunted their dreams for years to come. They couldn't escape the feeling that Maria's spirit still lingered in Columbia Beach, waiting for the next unsuspecting visitor to fall under her deadly spell. As they returned to their normal lives, they realized that some vacations are not meant to be forgotten, but rather, they are etched into one's memory as a chilling reminder of the supernatural horrors that can lurk in even the most beautiful of places. Columbia Beach would forever be a place of terror and mystery in their hearts, a vacation they could never truly leave behind.